Hey guys, tmanplays here. Today we're going to be playing a ranked game as the 7th Panzer Division, and we're versus the 5th Blindee Division. So my strategy for this game was basically to hold this right-hand side, stop any type of push across this little road here, and maintain control of this town area, and then just kind of play defensive on this side, keep this zone as well, maybe eventually push up into here and then go really light, kind of with just some infantry in this area. Hold it long enough to be able to build up and then push into a zone. So you can see we just have a recon squad going there, and then one unit of infantry going to this little building. Our other recon going to this tree line. We're going to end up pushing him up here. If he brings AMX down this road, I don't want it to snipe this unit, so I'm just going to unload it early and then push it up. And then on this right-hand side, we have the 4-man squad of recon going to this building and the 9-man going here, which then I can push up here into the side. We have basically a conquer squad heading here, a machine gunner heading here, and then, or our machine gunner is actually heading here. Take that back. Yeah, I do have another one heading to that direction. And then just the pioneer squad heading to this building in case he brings infantry in. And then we have a Kub and a Shilka and a T-72, which we're going to be pushing up to this tree line. So we spot the Alouette at the start. So I know he has recon over this area. And possibly that means there's a big push coming in here. So I'm going to be real defensive with these T-72s, just kind of hide them in the tree line. Does bring the aircraft. Its seed plane ends up taking out my Shilka. So that's a problem for me. And it makes it out. We just spot two AMX-10s on this right-hand side. And on the left-hand side, it looks like he's being super aggressive as he's already pushing into this town area. I should have had the weapons turned off on this guy. However, he ends up engaging, and these VABs are just absolutely gonna melt this recon squad. We do end up taking out two of them, but with the fire support of the AMX-10 and the two squads of Grenadier Voltigeurs firing upon us, I'm going to pull that back, try and save it. But it is going to end up going down. I did bring in the AT plane to go for the AMX-10, however, with the recon down, we can't spot that anymore, so we're going to go for the Alouette. Roll in there, ends up getting some good hits on, and the Mirage 3s take down my AT plane. So with him being super aggressive on this left-hand side, it's not good for me since I only put a squad of recon and this infantry there. Now I basically will have no vision or any type of foothold in this area since we have nothing here. And I invested all my points on this right-hand side and this area in the town. So ATGM plane coming over. I think maybe he can spot these tanks or something, but he ends up turning away. We did take the Alouette down, so it would mean he would have to have recon infantry somewhere here to spot my other units. So now we have no vision on this left-hand side, so I'm going to be bringing in some recon in this area just to spot in case he's moving things across the road or coming at me here. I did kind of hide this T-72 in this little tree line here so that I can shoot anything in the side as it comes down the road. In case he had AMX-10s pushing across, I didn't want them to get the first shot on the T-72, so that's why I have it hidden back in the forest line there. And I'm moving these SPW-70s to basically, if he sneaks a recon behind my line, these SPW-70s will be an early warning as to what's coming. So we're just going to hide those in the tree line there, protect the CV. He's just flying his aircraft above my lines. And we see some infantry starting to move across. So he's being extremely aggressive on this side now. knowing that I don't have anything here. We do spot another seed plane, however I'm microing my AA now. So you can see I've got it turned off at the moment, and I'm moving it in case he has any type of bomber, possibly trying to just kill that off. So I'm waiting for the seed plane to turn around. It turns, we turn it back on, fire a missile, get a nice hit in. Has 1 HP, gonna be forcing that seed aircraft to evacuate. And we're just spotting some AMX-10s on our distant line there. Do spot a VLRA. Gonna unload my recon infantry here. Call up some T-72s just to basically have good line of sight over this area in case he's pushing out. I'm just trying to build a defensive wall at the moment because I gotta protect this objective at all costs. I also gotta protect this objective, so you can see I brought in some Matschützen and some Pioneer Flams, as well as a Conquerors squad that can just basically keep this road secure, as well as some Matschützen just to get in this building so that any type of advance down this road will basically have it protected. And I brought in 2 more cubes just to basically protect the skies, because if you let the French aircraft run wild, they can basically strafe all your units and it will not be a good day. So knowing he has a bunch of units here, I'm going to start pushing up with my T-72s, try and get further kind of dominance on this left hand side. He ends up getting the first shot on, we miss. Other T-72 ends up getting a nice hit there. He gets another shot on my T-72, so we're going to smoke that off and let the other one finish the job. He does have another AMX-10 here. And just like I was saying, the French aircraft comes and strafes my special AFCLAIR, takes out the 9-man squad instantly. However, our cubes in nice positions here end up taking out that seed aircraft. So I was a little slow to notice this, but he actually parked a Super Puma right where my command was, so he could see my command. And I believe I was concentrating on this side at the moment. I actually bought this AT plane to come and take out this AMX-10. However, I saw the aircraft and then I saw the helicopter there. So as you can see, I instantly route this, try and take out the aircraft. Don't get the kill there. He does end up flying right near my coops though, and that's going to be a bad day for his ATGM plane. And now I'm going to try and take out this helicopter with my AT plane. However, he sneaks a Mirage F1C around me, trying to move this towards my cubes so that his Mirage F1C will have a bad day. We do end up getting the flyover. Only hit him with 1 though. He's going to make it out alive. I did run away my CV away from the Super Puma, so we're going to hide this in the forest now. And I'm starting to try and take his attention away from here by pushing this area. So you can see I'm bringing back the SPW 70 to help deal with these Super Pumas. Got 1 here. And then I'm calling up a Shilka just to deal with any French aircraft and some more infantry in case he has guys behind my lines. However, he has camped to my spawn road. And the Gazelle Hot also instantly taking out my BMPs. I didn't notice this, and I instantly lose a Shilka and 2 Matschützen squads and the BMPs there. So that wasn't very good. So you can see he starts scouting what I have here. However, I got the Matschützen here. They're going to be dealing with these transports very easily. And now I'm starting to make ground on this side. I know I need to cut him off in this area now. His Mirage 3 ends up taking out my command unit there. And I know I need a cube up because these French aircraft are just going to absolutely destroy anything I send in this area. So we're bringing in a cube to help deal with that. right hand side, still happy with my position here. Don't really need to move anything. I am bringing up some more supply for these cubes since there are other supplies out. We did end up healing up our T-72 here. And we're just still kind of pushing across this area, seeing what he has, seeing if we can kind of cut him off. I'm bringing this T-72 here so I can cut off this main road. And this other one's just going to sit in this little spot, cut off this road. So I've got the Mi-24D looking for any infantry. I know he has it back in my spawn now, so you can see I'm already bringing up another because I'm expecting an aircraft just to come and demolish this. And I need to take out these units so that I can spawn stuff here. So I do end up spotting the commandos. Gonna be gunning those down with the Gatling. However, the aircraft is now coming upon us, and it takes out my helicopter before we can take out the other commando squad. He has brought a lot of infantry now down this road that's going to be pushing through this forest. Conquer's proving to be a good investment though, going to force these transports off the main road and into the forest. So that's going to slow down his push. I do have my other Mi-24P that's going to be looking for those commandos, and I'm starting to try to push across from my side to his, maybe catch him off guard. Missing some shots there with the T-72s though, trading bad. The Mi-24P here ends up getting stunned. However, I at least get the infantry out here. Mirage F1C ends up taking out my helicopter, but it also took out, the commandos took out a T-72, I believe. But we will finally deal with the commandos that have plagued my spawn road. And with my two T-72s down in this area, we're in a bad spot, but we did sneak our recon a little bit further, so now we at least have better line of sight on anything if we're to advance across again. And I still have T-72s defending this side in case he wants to push across, so it's not too much of an issue. Keeping some recon around just to spot any infantry in case he happened to sneak more in this area. But now his giant swarm of infantry is getting closer to my Conqueror's unit. But we did have a nice kind of little flank with our infantry on the side. We're able to come from behind him. But we're still dealing with all his stuff coming down this main road. And we're still in a very bad position. We're down 124 to 35. I know basically I need to push into this zone to be able to win this game, and we got about 27 minutes to be able to do that. This infantry pushes up on my Conquerors, trying to pull that back. It's going to be to no avail. I got one last helicopter, so I'm going to be bringing that out, help deal with these VABs. And my Coop here, getting a little over eager, trying to move to this tree line. I noticed that in a minute, I'm going to pull that back. I'm also pulling back the Coop on this side in case his VABs decide to move across. I did not notice that actually, so my Coop did go down there. But the helicopter providing some nice support now. Gonna move back my CV. Mirage 3 killing the helicopter there. I now have no helicopters left, which puts me in a very bad spot. However, we at least relieve some pressure in this town area. And now his artillery is going to start coming down. Just a quick quickly go back to the right here. You can see nothing really moved here. As long as he's not pushing me here, I'm happy to hold this ground. I don't need to reinforce this, obviously. I need to spend everything I have in this bottom sector and then push back out to here and keep the pressure up on this side. So you can see just moving up some recon. Maybe can spot some things if he has any things in these tree line. And I tried to sneak up a Conqueror's unit there to kill the AMX-10. However, he smoked it off. Gazelle hot. That's a problem, as we don't really have any solid AA, just the Cub. So we're going to smoke off our T-72, and now he's going to push me with these Sappers units, which is a big problem, so I'm going to move up these SPW-70s, deal with these before my other infantry comes in. We can keep pushing. See, he's trying to move down this road now, attack me. Luckily, T-72 in a great position here to look down this road. AT plane does end up taking out his Gazelle hot there. And this T-72, just gonna pop this VAB as soon as it comes out. AT plane, see the AMX-30B there, just gonna go for it. Wasn't a good trade at all, ends up getting shot down instantly. Just kind of got careless with that. Seed plane comes in, takes out my cube, and we miss both shots. Do end up hitting on the third there, so that's going to take a while to come back in, which is very good for me, as I need as much AA up as possible to deal with his aircraft that are just going to keep strafing me. So I brought over the MI2 just to spot what he has in this area. And we got the T-55 here that's just going to be helping our infantry kill any transports along this road. Artillery, though, coming in for my cube, so we're going to move that out the way as quickly as possible, because we need these to stay alive at this point, very desperately. T-55 showed some side armor there. Not able to get some hits. Really struggling. And it shows side armor again as it lost vision. Still missing. And he's got some type of ATGM unit here, which puts a very nasty hit. Turns out to be a Mephisto, which I believe has 24 penetration. So, as we already used the smoke against the Gazelle hot, I wasn't able to smoke this off. And it took me out. Artillery come down on my cube again, so we're going to try and move that out the way. And since I know he's got this unit here now, we're going to try and desperately push our infantry up to be able to take that out, as our other Machschützen is going to end up going down in this little building fight. So knowing that he has artillery, I know I need to basically have a fast advance now, because if we just sit in place, that artillery is just going to absolutely destroy me. And you can see these VABs now moving across to basically cut off my reinforcement routes. So that's an issue. So I'm going to bring up the T-72 just to cut off in case he tries to cross this open ground. Got to make sure to kill these off, or else they'll just cause me more pain in the future. And just trying to heal my coop here. Luckily this supply vehicle is armored, so it's able to absorb some artillery hits pretty nicely. MI2 here, only on 1 HP. VAB gonna end up getting the shots on target, take that out. So I have to bring up another just to check this open area. And you can see he brought in a command tank, but it was just a little too late, as now I have the forces able to defend. So we end up taking out the command tank there. And we take out one of the VABs. And our infantry is going to keep pushing all his infantry actually the mod shoots and trading pretty nicely with the French infantry there. T-72M ends up killing the other VAB, and now I know I've basically got a secure line. He did have another commando squad that somehow sneaked behind me here. It did snipe quite a few SPWs. Brought in the machine gun squad just to take that out. And now I'm sitting in MI2 to make sure that doesn't happen again, because that's been causing me problems all this game. And I'm just moving my command around. We're going to move this MI2, make sure he has absolutely nothing left behind my lines, because the commandos were really getting to me at this point. I thought I killed them all, and there was another one that just took out more stuff, so we're just going to basically triple check, make sure those have been dealt with. I did move my cubes from here to this area just to better protect his bombing runs and strafing runs. In case he decides to bring in any more aircraft, these will have more of a chance of hitting. As you can see, the range now goes to the side of this road. Artillery coming down on my BMP-1. Not too worried about that. I am going to try retreating it, but the artillery takes it out. Healing up my infantry here. And I'm getting some recon up so that these tanks can start pushing forward. I did move Conquerors to the edge of this tree line here. Gonna stop anything from moving across the open. And now I've got infantry coming up to help push back into this town, because I need to take this area if I can push through here. So now we're going to start advancing our infantry. Unload our recon. We're going to push that up to here, and we're going to start advancing our T-72s. Again, on the right-hand side, no movement. Happy to keep this position. Both our SPW-70s are still guarding this side, so I know he hasn't snuck anything around here. Could have possibly got a commando behind my line, but I don't know at this point. I'm just basically protecting the ground. T-72s moving up nicely, cutting off any reinforcement that he tries to get to these tree lines. And I'm moving up the cubes behind them. Keep up our AA presence. And you can see I now cleared this area, and I'm going across to this these buildings just to basically make sure there's nothing there. Recon gets some nice line of sight on this infantry in the building here. T-72 is going to open up and absolutely destroy these Grenadier Voltigeurs, putting in some nice damage. And now I've got my attacking force basically almost to the front. So artillery does kill my pioneers there, but I get my special AFCLARers to the front, so now I can see any type of advance he's bringing down this road. Gonna go ahead and get some AT infantry here and some more tanks up in case he decides to push this area. Since his reinforcements are starting to look a little light on this side, I'm thinking he's preparing to push somewhere else. So just gonna be reinforcing a little bit more of this zone. I did end up moving the T-72 that was back there. I believe this is where it went. And now that we've got the recon up, we've got a significant tank force, and we've got the infantry protecting the sides, we're just going to keep moving this up. So starting a really nice push here, and we're staying mobile, so it's going to keep the artillery less likely to hit us. You can see just slowly moving up my A in the back. Now we got 3 cubes, so this is very nice. Gazelle hot there, so we're going to smoke off the T-72M. I'm bringing up the Shilka in order to deal with this. Doesn't have line of sight until here. Gonna take that out. Very nice. You can see the artillery coming in a little late for this infantry. we're just going to stay moving. Just want to keep moving past this artillery. And you can see we've already gained a nice bit of ground back, so we're pushed all the way back here. Now we're basically all the way back to where we need to be. I believe that's a Mephisto. Ends up taking out the BMP-1, so we're going to pull back this T-72M. Don't want to lose that carelessly. And we're just going to let our infantry advance, deal with that. Pushing across my recon infantry now. Give these T-72s some more good shots of any infantry he has here. Right side still stagnant. And now we're starting to get some vision on some rolling threes and some AMXs that he has moving up. The AMX tanks, that is. So now he's going to be retreating this infantry. AMX does end up shooting that though. And some artillery starts landing on my units, so I'm going to keep that moving. Go ahead and move them to the next building up. Seed plane comes in, gets absolutely destroyed by the Coups and the Shilka. Now we got enough AA up to deal with any planes, so we're in a good spot. T-72M trying to engage these AMX 30Bs. However, taking a lot of damage, so we're going to smoke that off, pull him back. Gets a lucky shot after I smoked, hits my tank. Just smoked it just a little too late. Mephisto firing there. I'm just trying to rush him at this point. Takes out one T-55. See, now we're in the main gun range. Take a shot, and we miss. A little unlucky there. T-72s though, trading very nicely with these AMXs, and now we've got the recon up. And the tank support. Need to heal up this infantry though. I'm going to eventually move this supply to heal the infantry. And we're doing good damage against this infantry until this artillery happens to hit perfectly on all my infantry here. I do end up killing the Mephisto. T-72 takes a lot of damage though, and a Gazelle hot shot to the side. Yeah, that artillery absolutely destroyed my infantry push there. You can see I'm instantly bringing up some more tanks, and I'm moving these T-72s over here because he has a wall of Gazelle hots. Gonna smoke off this T-72, make sure he doesn't get a shot on. Starts moving a VLRA on this side, just hiding in this tree line. Still not a problem, don't see anything else behind it, so we don't need to call in any reinforcements to that side yet, as we've got the T-72s in the back and just some light infantry coverage in the town. Shilka starts engaging the Gazelle hot there, but since I don't have any type of support really, and he could have infantry in this area, we're just going to keep this back. See artillery engaging my T-72 on the side. I'm trying to move it to the side now. He does end up spotting it. And now he's starting to make a little push on this side, so we're going to call up some more infantry just to make sure I maintain this area. Probably should have had the main gun on these guys off, as these AMX 10Ps, just the wall of them just comes and tries to take out my AFCLR. Does end up surviving though, but now I know he has a bunch of infantry that he just called in this area. I expected him to kind of reinforce the town with it, but it looks like he wants to just push out at me, which is good because I have these T-72s in really nice positions where if he just moves across his transports, we can take those out pretty easily. So this isn't too worrying for me. And you can see I'm just pushing up my T-72s. This infantry doesn't have any AT, so this is a very good engagement for me. Happy to take that. His artillery does end up coming though. takes out my recon on this right side, so now we only control the left side. That's okay though. It's bought me a lot of time to be able to push back on this objective. And you can see I got plenty of coops up. Our AA is very good. We got 2 Shilkas now to deal with any type of Gazelle Hots or any type of French aircraft that comes at us. And now we've got our tanks moving up with recon support and some other infantry support in this forest. The only thing we really have to worry about is the artillery, so we got to make sure we're staying mobile. See Gazelle Hots firing away, getting some nice hits on my T-72s. Another one ends up going down there. Gonna be moving across my recon, try and get some better positions for my T-72s. Shilka finds the recon helicopter, however I need it on these Gazelle Hots, so we're gonna keep moving this forward. Gonna smoke off the one that was hit, and now my Shilka has free range over these Gazelles. Artillery now dealing with my recon infantry. So this is a slight issue for me, but I did get just some more AT infantry to delay any type of advance here, and I've got these T-72s behind the line. Should stop any type of advance there, give me enough time to react. Now I'm buying a command. I'm expecting he doesn't really have a lot left here, so we're just going to go full press on this objective now, keep up the pressure. I see this rolling through here too. Get a nice shot off. He does react though and pull that back before I can get the kill. Second shot's a miss. And our Conquerors can't seem to hit the mark. Again, French planes, I believe, were going in for the strafe there, but then called away. Trying to run up this T-72 to just kill this rolling through here. Missed the shot and then end up getting taken out by the AMX-10 there. Conquers gets the side shot on the Brennus there. Very nice shot. And now we're just pulling across our infantry into this town area. Got more infantry on the way. Does have a lot of AMX-30 B2s that just came out to this tree line. I do get the infantry unloaded in time though. They're gonna get some nice shots. And then I've got the T-72M in the rear. CV coming up. However, with the tanks here, I know I need to reroute that a different direction. So we're calling that away. Gonna move it in the middle. See big engagements going on here. VAB taken out by the missile from the BMP-1 there. And we're going to be moving this tank along this little forest line to deal with this other B2. Get a nice hit in there. It's going to smoke it off, pull that back. And now I'm pushing across from my right to his left, catching out some of these units since I know it took down the Brennus. I'm happy to kind of push across this area. I don't think he has much here. T-72 is getting a nice shot on. We're just moving across the recon to help in case he has any AMX-10s in these tree lines. Should be able to spot that. And now we've got a CV in a zone. We're catching up on the point differential. Take out another AMX-30B there. Take out another AMX-30B there. And with 6 minutes left, we now take the lead, although we need some more points in order to get the victory here. Matshutsen gonna be killing the Brennus there, get a nice little side shot, and kill the AMX-30B2. And our infantry can now protect our command. I believe he could maybe see it there, but looks like they couldn't get the strafing run. Take out one, take out two, almost take out the third. So now that we got all our cubes up and shilkas, these French aircraft are no longer an issue. We're not worried about him strafing us. He can do that all day long. And now we have a nice little hold on this town area. So we're going to be trying to move these across, snipe any CV that he has in this corner maybe. Moving up my AA. And there goes the CV. Can't find the shot though. So knowing where the CV is, we're now going to move our infantry up. Just queuing orders to move building to building. And we're going to go ahead and bring in some more Pioneer in case he decides to bring back a lot of infantry. And you can see I'm just buying a bunch of T-55s. But we see this giant wall of infantry coming in the VABs now. Luckily, my infantry gets to the edge of the town. Able to get some nice RPG shots on these VABs. And while they're in close like this, they're vulnerable. We can easily deal with this. Also find the VAB there. Take complete control of that zone. Take out an AMX-10 there with our BMP-1P. He does have some units moving behind my line though. However, at the time, I never noticed this. I was fully concentrated on this zone. I was fully expecting to push through here, but now he snuck something behind my line. But with a 476 points versus the 124 with only 3 minutes left to go, and it looks like there's no possible way back in the zone for him, it's looking like I have the victory here. I've snuck around some BMP-1s on the side, just pulling back my T-72 there as I don't want to lose it to these Gazelle Hots. Have the one in the corner here, moving up our Shilka to deal with that. And our Mod-Schutzen doing a great job at the edge of this town. Just keep denying him any sort of entry here. And you can see our reinforcements start to arrive. There's no way for him back here. He does end up landing some infantry behind my line though. And quite a good spot as my CV is not very far away. So you can see Coop tries to get the shot on Super Puma there. I do notice this, however, now we're going to be moving away the CV. Do end up taking out the ATGM plane there. And the CV going to run away to the top of the zone, as I know he landed something here and here. So we're just going to protect that up at the top. Only 2 minutes left though, so it's not a huge deal to deal with this. AMX-10 just going to be firing at the Mod-Schutzen in the building. CV hiding at the corner of the zone. I'm going to now move it across to this side in case he pushes something down this road. Just keep it alive. Try to bomb his infantry there. He does have the other squad moving up through here, but a machine gun unit is in place. You can see he's bringing up an AMX-30B2 command unit. Conquers though in a very nice position. Misses the shot. Ends up getting the kill though. Still trying to push through my line here. However, BMP-1 gonna be able to stop his transport. And we have full control of the area on the left. Very nice 1,000-point lead now, and 43 seconds to go. So this is GG's. we're just exchanging pleasantries in the chat, telling him how good of a push he did on this left-hand side. He just couldn't stop my momentum once I built up enough forces to be able to push him out. And now I've got my Pioneer, just gonna take out all the commandos there. Tries to bring in some more aircraft. However, they're gonna have a very bad day, but the game ends before they can get taken out. So, GG to Dukes. It was a very nice push in the beginning, but as the game went on, I just out-traded with the T-72s. The commandos behind the line were also extremely annoying, but a valid tactic, so can't complain. But you can see just the T-72s versus the AMX B2s just absolutely got their value. And that's where most of the value comes from for 7th. On his end, you can see the commandos behind the line. Shilka, BMP-1P, Matschützen, BMP-1P, SPW-70, T-72, Matschützen. So just really annoying behind the line action there. The seed did get the coup. This was the second seed plane that came in on the left-hand side. But once we were able to get the sheer amount of cubes that we have in this deck up, they basically, his air didn't stand a chance. And the artillery did get a T-72 there on the right-hand side. And my recon infantry conquers unit. Not really paying for itself though. So yeah, it's gonna do it. And then if we just look at the kill feed, you can see I had a really bad start with him being blue, me being red. At the beginning of the game, he was trading very well. Even through, yeah, I mean, just the first 13 minutes was pretty much all him. But then you can see once it hits the 16-minute mark, a lot more red starts showing up on the feed. And then especially once we get into the late game, I mean, you can see 30-minute mark, it's just all me. So, especially once we get further, a lot more red. So I was trading very well towards the end of the game with him having the strong start. But yeah, thought that was an exciting game. But I will catch you all in the next one. Hope you enjoyed this. Later.